Good morning, Egyptians. It's Clements Ghost. I am back in Brighton, back from Wales. Got back just over the weekend. Going to head up to HMV now to see exactly what is out, because it is a Blu-ray release day. There's a clue as to a couple of titles that have come out in my absence. So we're going to go up, grab a coffee as well, see what's out for the week, and then I'll take you back to show you what I picked up. So, let's go and see exactly what damage has been done to the hotel on the seafront and see how far they've come along in a demolition process. I'll see you all in a bit. Okay, well, it's been 3 weeks since the fire, and the demolition team were here on site the day after. By the looks of it, they're using tweezers. How has it taken this long? Main Road only opened a couple of days ago, and that was because of the Pride celebrations. So it's coffee time. Here I am on Western Road, Brighton, opposite Churchill Square Shopping Centre at Costa Coffee. 8:30 in the morning, the sun is shining. HMV will be opening soon. What more could you possibly ask for in life? Okay, so I was waiting here to see if they were going to advertise any of today's new releases, but they didn't. So let's go over and see if that Cosmo t-shirt is still on that mannequin. Well, by the looks of it, it isn't. No, it's got a Guardians of the Galaxy 3 t-shirt instead. Okay, first one to show you is a DVD of 1923 starring Harrison Ford and Dame Helen Mirren. This show was created by Taylor Sheridan and it's got a runtime of 465 minutes. DVD is priced at $19.99, whereas the Blu-ray is priced at $24.99. No 4K for this one today, and both the DVD and Blu-ray come with slipcovers. Next one to show you is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. This is from Lionsgate Films and it stars Kathy Bates and Rachel McAdams. It has a PG certificate and is priced at $14.99. There's also a DVD version priced at $9.99. No 4K release for this one today, and neither comes with a slipcover. Next is Square in the Circle. This is a music-related documentary with contributions from Paul McCartney, Robert Plant, Roger Waters, and David Gilmour, whose house is in Brighton, which I've shown on this channel. This is priced at $17.99. Next is Pretty Red Dress, a drama from last year starring singer-songwriters Elliot Sumner and Alexandra Burke. It's about a family living in London and the importance of a certain red dress. This is priced at $16.99. Next is Enter the Dragon, a Bruce Lee classic martial arts crime thriller on 4K. 2 cuts to this movie with a runtime of 102 minutes. This is priced at $19.99 and has a lovely glossy slipcover. Next is A Reason to Live, A Reason to Die, spaghetti western from 1972, put out by Signal One. Stars James Coburn, Teddy Savalas and Bud Spencer. It's priced at just $12.99. Eye of the Tiger next, again from Signal One. This stars Gary Busey as a Vietnam vet who's on a path to revenge when his wife is killed by a biker gang. God help him. This is also priced at $12.99. Over in the anime section now, and the first title is In Your Oil, which translates as King Dog. It's from 2021, directed by Masaki Yuasa, and it has a runtime of 98 minutes. And next we have Non-Boyori Non-Stop Season 3. This has got a runtime of 325 minutes, and it's priced at $29.99 as a PG certificate. And the last one to show you in HMV today is Over the Sky, the collector's edition. This is a 2-disc set which includes a 24-page booklet. It's from 2020, it's got a runtime of 95 minutes. This will set you back £34.99. Hey everybody, welcome back. 6 titles to get through, so it's quite a lot of chatting from me, so let's crack on with it. Okay, first one to show you is Yellowstone Season 5 Part 1. Now don't think for a second you're being shortchanged here. There are 8 episodes in this season. There are only 9 in Season 1. And this is the final season of the show. I believe there's going to be 6 episodes in Part 2, and I'm sure the price will reflect that. This, by the way, was under £22, which is pretty good for a show of this calibre. Each episode is around about the hour mark, and the acting and production value are as good as it gets. Got Academy Award winner Kevin Costner returning as a Yellowstone ranch owner John Dutton. He's joined by his daughter Beth, being played by Kelly Riley, and his 2 sons Casey, being played by Luke Grimes, and Jamie, being played by Wes Bentley. And of course you've got Rip, Monica, Jimmy, Chief Rainwater, Tate, and all the others. I'm not going to go into the story because if you've not started watching this yet, then I'm going to end up giving you away big plot points. There's a lot happens in this show. I do recommend you checking it out though. It's very entertaining indeed. Co-created by Taylor Sheridan and John Linson. Taylor directed 1883 and wrote the screenplay for The Tulsa King and 1923, and John was the executive producer on Sons of Anarchy, 1883 and 1923, amongst others. It's got a runtime of 628 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So the slipcover and the cover have the same image. There are 4 discs, and on the reverse of the cover there is an episode listing. So that was Yellowstone Season 5 Part 1. Next one to show you is a German import of The Pope's Exorcist. This is a supernatural horror film directed by Julius Avery, and he is the man behind Stallone's superhero film Samaritan. This one stars Russell Crowe as a real-life Pope's top exorcist, Father Gabriel Amorth, who is called out to a possible possession of a young man, which he quickly deals with. And I'm going to say it doesn't end well for the pig that's in the room at the time. Less than a month later, we cut to a family that's living in Spain. They've moved into an old abbey, and they're going to do it up and sell it on. Family consists of Julia, the mother, being played by Alex Essio, and her 2 children, Henry and Amy. Julia is now a single parent because her husband died in a horrific car accident, and it's a young boy, Henry, that becomes possessed and in the need of Gabriel's expertise. The voice of Asmodeus, which is the entity that takes hold of Henry, comes from Ralph Ineson. He is, or was, William in the folk horror The Witch. He's got a very distinctive, very raspy voice. You'll know him if you hear him. Now, the demon knows all about the sins of Gabriel and the priest that's helping him, played by Danny Zavatio, and together their faiths are tested by Asmodeus, which is more of a distraction while he's doing his thing. And speaking of his plans, the Pope learns through old Vatican papers that the Abbey's grounds are actually controlled by the devil himself, along with another 199 sites. Pope, by the way, is being played by Franco Nero. I'm not going to say any more, but I do recommend this film. Very rich in detail and substance. It's the type of film that you can notice new things on repeated viewings. It's got a runtime of 1 hour 43 minutes. Highly recommend it. Let's take a look inside. There is an image on a disc of the Vatican seal. Follow the picture of your eyes. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. And unfortunately, there is no reverse image, so you have to put up with that age logo. So that was The Pope's Exorcist. Okay, next one is the Super Mario Brothers movie, the animated feature from this year that's based on the game franchise. If you know it, you know it. I've got 3 children that grew up in the 90s, so I'm very familiar with the characters and the games. Mario is voiced by Chris Pratt and Luigi by Charlie Day, and they are 2 brother plumbers who are trying to solve an issue that's flooding New York City. They get sucked through a vortex and they're transported to an alternate reality. Mario goes to the Mushroom Kingdom, Luigi goes to the Darklands. Now in the Mushroom Kingdom, the ruler there is Princess Peaches, being voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy, whereas in the Darklands they are controlled by Bowser, who is being voiced by Jack Black. And Bowser wants to marry Peaches, and if she refuses to comply, he aims to destroy the Mushroom Kingdom by powering up using the superstar that he took by defeating the Penguin King in the Ice Kingdom. Like I said, if you know it, you know it. Now this also features Donkey Kong, voiced by Seth Rogen, and Donkey Kong's father, Cranky Kong, being voiced by Fred Armisen, who was Uncle Fester in the Netflix show Wednesday. Also got Charles Martinet as well, who voiced Mario and Luigi in the actual games. Animation in this is flawless, and to say it's done well is an understatement. It made 1.35 billion at the box office, so expect a lot of sequels and spin-offs. It's got a runtime of 1 hour 32 minutes. Let's take a look inside. And oddly enough, they have an image of Luigi there. I wonder if there's like an alternate disc art with Mario on it. I don't know, or Peaches even, or Bowser. Let me know if you have a different image on your disc. So that was the Super Mario Brothers movie, the Power Up Edition. Next one is 1923. This is a prequel to Yellowstone, but a sequel to 1883. Again, it's on the Yellowstone Ranch. As the title suggests, it's now 1923, and the head of the ranch in this time period is Jacob Dutton, being played by Harrison Ford, and his wife Cara being played by Helen Mirren. This time period on the Yellowstone Ranch is a struggle for the Dutton family. Their nephew Spencer served in World War I. He's got PTSD and he's now hunting big game over in Africa. Spencer is being played by Brendan Sklanner. And you've got John Dutton, who is the grandfather of Kevin Costner's character John Dutton III in the current timeline. Confusing? You want to try explaining it? Now, Duttons, who don't have any children of their own, are raising their nephews as their own, and they have to deal with a shepherd called Banner, who's being played by Jermaine Flynn. He was in Game of Thrones, Ripper Street, Soldier. You'll know him, he's a very good actor. And he wants to graze his sheep, which are starving to death, on the Duttons' property. And he cuts the barbed wire, which is not a good idea. He puts them on their land. He and his crew get caught, but Banner does manage to escape, and all his men are hung, which makes him want to get some revenge. And he teams up with Donald Whitfield, being played by Timothy Dalton, who just wants to own the Dutton Ranch. Cara then writes to Spencer, asking him to return to the ranch and help with the situation, because Harrison Ford's character is wounded. And he does, but he does have issues getting back, and he has to deal with his wife's jealous ex-fiancée. I'm going to leave it there. There are 8 episodes in this, and season 2 is in the making. It's got a runtime of 465 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So the slipcover and the cover have exactly the same image. There are 3 discs, and on the reverse of the cover you have an episode listing and all the special features listed as well. So that was the Yellowstone TV show spin-off 1923. Next one to show you is Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, a fantasy heist movie from this year, co-directed by Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daley, who was in the TV show Bones. He played Sweets in that. They've worked on a few projects together. They co-directed Game Night and they co-wrote Horrible Bosses, Incredible Burt Wonderstone and Spider-Man Homecoming, so they are a great team together. This stars Chris Pine as Edgin. He's an honest man whose wife is killed by a red wizard, leading him down a not so righteous path. Left alone with his baby daughter Kira, he meets Holger, a warrior played by Michelle Rodriguez, and the two of them become very close friends. They turn to stealing, and along the way they pick up some more members of their group. You've got Simon, who is a less than impressive sorcerer played by Justice Smith, Sophina played by Daisy Head, and Forge played by Hugh Grant. Now, through circumstance, Edgin and Holger get arrested, leading Forge to be entrusted with Edgin's now grown-up daughter Kira, and within 2 years he becomes the new Lord of Neverwinter, and he convinces Kira that her father is no good for her, where in fact Forge and Sophina fixed it so Edgin and Holger would get captured during a heist for the reawakening tablet that Edgin wanted to bring his wife back from the dead. Edgin and Holger eventually escape, leading to their quest to get their daughter back, or his daughter back, and in turn justice. I love this movie. There are some standout parts. You've got the 5 questions to the corpses, escaping the fat dragon, and the portal spells. This is what movies are all about, pure escapism. It's got a runtime of 2 hours 14 minutes. Let's take a look inside. The slipcover and the cover have the same image. So there is a plain blue disc. Now I'm going to point out my son is a big gamer of D&D and he absolutely loved this film. So that should be an endorsement. If you like the game, then you're going to like this film. I liked it. And I didn't know anything about the games, so you don't need to have that background to enjoy this movie. So that was Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. Next and last is A Reason to Live, A Reason to Die. This is a spaghetti western from 1972 directed by Tonino Valeri, who was assistant director to Sergio Leone on For a Few Dollars More. This stars James Coburn as an ex-Union Army colonel called Pembroke, who is dishonoured when he surrenders Fort Holman, which he was in charge of, to Confederate forces without a single shot being fired. And we do find out exactly why this happened later on in the movie. Now, he wants to make up for things and take the fort back. This, by the way, is set in 1862 during the Civil War. Pembroke needs help, and he recruits a bunch of criminals who are about to be executed, giving them a very slim chance of freedom should they accomplish their mission. Most notable of these criminals is Eli Sampson, being played by Bud Spencer. You may know him from the Trinity films or Crime Buster films. He starred alongside Terence Hill, many of which are watched in the cinema throughout the 70s. Anyway, they're going up against a new Fort Holman commander called Major Ward, being played by Telly Savalas, who you may know from the TV show Kojak in the 70s, or as Blofeld in a 007 film on Her Majesty's Secret Service. It's got a runtime of 92 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So that front cover image has been put onto the disc. There is a reversible cover, but this time they've removed all the age logos and the barcode. So that was A Reason to Live, A Reason to Die. I think I mentioned that it had a 92-minute runtime. In actual fact, it has a 119-minute runtime. So that was it. Have you seen any of those or plan to pick them up or want to leave a comment? Then do so down below. I will read every single one and try to reply if I have the time. Give the video a thumbs up, really does help the channel, and subscribe if you haven't. It's all free. Why wouldn't you? On that note, all that's left to say is thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.